with Mr. Ray Buchanan.
It is. So we're going to tie all this into Ray Buchanan. Follow me. Eli Apple, and I know he's your boy. I know he's a former teammate of yours.
I don't see nothing wrong.
But the question here is,
Let him set it up first.
So first of all, he's been talking a whole lot of trash. Cancun on 3 was one of the tweets.
That was great. That was genius.
It's funny, but he's writing checks that other guys in that locker room are going to have to help cash, and that makes for an interesting dynamic in the locker room. Is it funny? Hell yeah, I laughed. Cancun on 3. Now, the hand heart emoji pissed off a lot of people.
Because of Damar.
Oh, act like
because of the hair.
You know why?
That's not.
He could have picked a million other emojis.
I don't think that was intentional.
He backpedaled as
That
all
was
good defensive back.
I don't think that was not
Tyvis.
intentional.
There were a million emojis. He could have picked the palm tree.
See, now
he could have picked an airplane.
What you doing is y'all giving him too much credit.
No,
you giving him too much credit.
Ty.
You think that he somehow
that is the Damar Hamlin emoji, for crying out loud.
He trademarked it.
That's an emoji that's being heavily used before that injury.
McNuggets.
He trademarked it, Tyvis. Listen, Tyvis, you know I love you. You know we're on the same 28-year-old wavelength, 29-year-old. I forget my own age. We're on that same wavelength. I know Jay and Jason are a little older. They don't understand emojis.
I do.
You know Eli Apple better than all of us, but there is a 0.000000000% chance that was unintentional.
So what you're saying is the on 3 means that it's going to be on Hamlin.
No, it was just the Cancun on 3 was great.
Okay.
That was classic.
That is
so is
clever.
he saying so you said it's because there's two ways to interpret that. You could say Cancun on 3 meaning Hamlin's paying for it. Or you could say 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
No, that goes back to the NBA thing.
There's two ways
it does go back to an NBA thing. It was not a Damar Hamlin thing. Yes, his number is 3.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think that was intentional. But I do think the heart and hand emoji.
It could be a double entendre.
Yes, it was. However, when he apologized, because he did backpedal and said, I would never mean disrespect. He did not say, I didn't mean to use the Damar Hamlin emoji.
Those players called him out and said, you can talk anything you want about on the field. Shaq Lawson was the one.
Shaq Lawson called him out big time.
Came out and said, you talk about Damar, you're going to get your ass beat.
That's exactly what he said.
For real at the end. And then Eli came out and was like, I meant no disrespect to Damar. That was not my intention. I just want to have fun.
Right.
So I do think he realized he used the wrong.
I think what he realized was that he pissed him off.
I don't see. I think, like I said, if I'm apologizing for it, I wouldn't say it's.
He didn't even really apologize. It wasn't an apology. He never said, "I'm sorry." He tried to clean up on aisle 3. Pardon the pun.
Y'all looking too deep. That emoji was not. I don't think he used that intention.
If I asked you what emoji is now synonymous with Damar Hamlin, what would you say?
That one.
Okay.
But it was used very heavily on
I don't know
social media
what other context. What does that have to do with Cancun?
Yeah, nothing. How about a palm tree? How about an airplane?
It's a heart.
The Mexican flag.
How about a red heart?
Why do that?
Why use the hands in the heart?
Because it's the popular one.
Because it's synonymous with their teammate who was lying dead on the field.
No offense, it wasn't popular 2 weeks ago.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was popular before the Hamlin thing.
It is now.
Yes, it was. You know what? Y'all are showing y'all age right now.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
He's the same age
29. Are we showing our age?
I have, to be honest, Tyvis, and I got your back on most things. We're on opposite sides of this one. I've never seen that emoji before.
Oh, I have.
Happened.
It was it was used a lot.
It's everywhere now. And it's synonymous with Damar Hamlin. And they're sensitive to that, and he struck a chord, and he rightly tried to backpedal. Okay, let's leave that aside. Let's just forget that. Let's just say the Cancun on 3, forget that emoji.
Okay.
He then decides to be even more of an instigator, and he tweets out the clip of Josh Allen and Steph Diggs going in on, well, really, Allen was just sitting there. Stefon Diggs going in on his quarterback, and he tweets, couples therapy? Now, okay.
That's good. Tyvis, that was good. That was good. Eli Apple, kudos to you.
His
I'll pay for
is on point, okay? It's creative. But the question here is, and then Stefon Diggs tweeted back corn. Just the corn emoji.
Clout chasing, what he said.
Yeah, clout chasing, which is probably true because his mom Eli's mom, who's omnipresent.
Eli Apple, yeah.
Yes, she came out and she said, no, what we're trying to do here is get the hashtag something Eli Apple hate. And if we get so many hashtag Eli Apple hate, we're going to give $3,500 to Salvation Army.
Okay.
So she almost tries to make it seem like, oh, no, we're cool here. We're trying to raise money for a good cause. Don't hate on my boy.
Oh, I don't know about all that. That could be true, but I don't know about all that.
No, that's true. I'm not making that up.
Listen, Eli did the same thing last year in the playoff. This is like playoff Eli.
How long has he been in the league?
No, don't call him playoff Eli. There's already a playoff Eli. We need a better name than that.
How long has he been in the league?
Super Bowl Eli.
In the last 5 years, he has worn.
Eli been in the league 7 years.
Right.
This would be this would be 7. 6
He came
years.
in with the Giants.
Yeah, he came in when I came in.
Since his Giants experiment went south, he has worn 4 helmets in 5 seasons.
That's why I can't take him seriously.
He's
not even good.
He's not this established corner.
Wait a minute. How is he not good? In the playoffs, last season, he made a lot of game-winning plays.
He's a
First
barking
of all, he's
chihuahua.
a terrible cigar smoker.
Well, that's fine. He's getting a lot of practice as of lately. So, I mean,
Okay, so there were a lot of guys that had problems with that.
He's a chihuahua
Cigars
barking at
are
Dobermans.
meant for the births of babies and for the championship celebrations. You know that. I'm not making that up. That's long
they
been the
the
case.
divisional champs.
What?
They won the AFC.
Thomas, you're moving the goalpost more than like a,
Yeah.
a freight train going down
He is-
I-80. He's going to lengths I've never seen.
You know what?
Man,
He's going to send
wait a
this
minute.
Eli. He's going to send him a whole segment and
the
say,
man
your
can't-
boy got your back.
Wait a minute. The man can't enjoy a cigar?
Let me just... So let me ask somebody who's been in many locker room celebrations.
He can't enjoy a cigar after a win?
If you light up a cigar, now I know in baseball, and I've never been a fan of this, I know in baseball when they clinch the playoffs, they break out the champagne.
Yeah.
And some teams at each round that they advance, there's another
All
champagne
teams.
celebration.
I think that's silly.
There are some, when the Indians were in their stretch, there were years where when they won a playoff round, it was business as usual. Now, whenever they win the ALCS to get to the World Series, there's a celebration. And then obviously when you win the World Series. So in my view, the equivalent of that is in the NFL. If you win the AFC Championship, break out a cigar.
Yeah.
Hell, break out a bottle of champagne. Why not? But when you win a divisional round game, to break out a cigar, it's a bad look, Ty.
He's really
He's a chihuahua barking at Dobermans.
I really believe that
That's a great line.
This is just overhyped. Like, it really is. It's not.
If you're one of his teammates, are you not looking at him and stand down?
I'm sitting there laughing at this man. Like, really?
Oh, I'd be pissed.
All right, I'll give you a cautionary
The
tale.
funny thing about it is, back in my day, I was just like him.
Well, that's fine. Now it all makes
Back
sense.
in college, I was just like him.
So
but
you beat Purdue,
I
you were lighting up a stogie.
if Purdue was talking crazy. This is the thing. This is the thing about Eli. Everybody talks down on Eli and says, like, Eli's this terrible guy. It was, like, to the point where, like...
No, I don't think anybody's saying he's a terrible guy.
No, terrible player.
I don't even
I don't
know
think he's
why.
very good.
Yes,
I don't think
they
he's very
are.
good. I don't think he's very
I don't
good.
think
what
he's
I'm
very
saying?
good either.
See what
There's
I'm
a
saying?
difference in terrible and not very good.
See, that's what I'm saying. So it's like...
Tommy Togiai is terrible.
He's
Eli
been-
Apple's not very good. See the difference?
Eli's like reputation has been trash. He got cut by the Giants. He got released by the Saints. Got released by the Panthers. So it's
Five
like
teams,
he's-
four teams, 5 years.
It's like he's not any good. So it's
Well,
like
but Tyvis-
listen, Jay, listen. If the media tears you down and everybody like makes you like. They try to destroy your name, and you finally get it. You make some plays that makes them happy. You think I'm gonna come up to the podium and be friendly with you?
he doesn't have to be friendly, but he doesn't have to smoke a cigar.
What's wrong with that? It's innocent.
If that's your goal, and that's now your season's a success, so you light up the cigar,
No,
that's fine.
who's
But if
this-
I'm on the Bengals and I lost the Super Bowl last year, I'm not going to do it at my stature because he'll kick my ass. But if I'm a defensive tackle, I go grab the cigar out of his hand, I throw it on the ground, I snuff it out, and I say, save that for the Super Bowl.
We got
What if
two
the-
more to go.
what
We've
if
got
they-
other things
What
to
if they
accomplish.
smoking cigars after every game?
Are they?
I don't
Tyvis,
know. I'm asking.
I don't think they are.
What if they
Can
were?
I add something here, guys? This is important.
I don't think they are.
From the Quell.
Oh,
Who's watching? Shout out to Quill.
Here he go.
Hey, he might be on your side.
You already know he's not on your side. You already know it.
I know he's not. I know the Quill's
Tyler
not.
says, and I'm going to quote every word except one. I'm going to have to bleep out one word. The Quill, we love you, man. Quote, I would knock that beeping cigar out of his hand if I saw anyone light that up for a division title. Man, please. Well, look, he said it not – well, I don't want to show you the bad word he said, but he did say that. That's the Quill. I ain't lying to y'all.
No, I believe that he would say that. And I
He
think
said,
a
what if
veteran
Tom Brady was in the locker room? What would Tom Brady do? That was his next text.
Tom Brady would have eaten the cigar.
Joe Burrow smoked cigars?
When? After LSU won the championship.
I think they had one after that when they was going to the Super Bowl.
Appropriate. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Wow, y'all is sad.
When you start celebrating milestone,
you act like they not going to the Super Bowl.
Are they?
Yes, they gonna smoke the Chiefs.
That
Yes.
like that cigar when you beat the Chiefs. And I've got no problem with that.
Well, he gonna smoke another one.
All right.
Tyler should be a PR guy.
He gonna
Tyler
smoke
is the
another
ultimate
cigar.
crisis
Look,
management
what?
agent.
No, I respect him. He's defending his friend.
It's not because y'all people making this bigger than what it is. It's really not that deep. Like it's not. People talk trash all the time. Jalen Ramsey made a career. Richard Sherman made a career
Okay.
out of it. Like
They were good.
Okay,
they
were good.
He's making plays.
Now I'm
when
gonna-
he went like they
now I'm
came
gonna-
at him
He
and
make-
they made
he
him.
makes two plays and he's
Jair
smoking it.
Alexander literally hit the gritty in front of Justin Jefferson. Like what are you
Makes
talking
two
about?
plays and takes a victory lap and smokes a cigar.
Yeah,
that's
Richard
fine.
Sherman's a
That's fine.
baller. He can
That's
Yeah,
fine.
smoke.
Richard Sherman can do whatever the hell he wants.
That's sad. No, he can't.
Okay, now
No.
here's the
Put that
cautionary
on.
tale.
No, you cannot.
Here-
Yeah, I cut these for you. You better call him up now.
I know. Here's the cautionary tale. Let me educate you, young lad, because you don't remember a man named Ray Buchanan. You're far too young.
Yeah, I don't
But
know
Ray
that.
Buchanan played for the Dirty Bird Falcons, who, by the way, reminded me, they remind me, these Bengals, a lot of the Dirty Bird Falcons. They really do. That Jamal Anderson was the running back. He invented the Dirty Bird dance.
It was like a.
He did this thing where he was
Yeah.
every time he'd score, and it was great. Okay, everybody was having fun with
was in
that.
college.
Icky Shuffle-esque. All right. Then Ray Buchanan, who was not just some guy. Ray Buchanan was, for many years in his career, he had at least 4 picks every year. One year, I think he had 7 picks.
Okay.
He was a baller, a legitimate baller. And when he left Indy after his rookie contract and signed with Atlanta, I believe he was the highest paid cornerback in the NFL.
What year was this?
It was in
98,
the late
99.
90s.
Okay.
Late 90s. Okay, you were in elementary
like
school.
5.
I know.
Oh my
But I'm going to
God.
educate you.
That was in a dorm
So
at Kent
Ray
State.
Buchanan decided before the Super Bowl he was gonna be, and Ray was a talker, but his nickname was Big Play Ray.
Okay.
Going all the way back to his days at Louisville in college, he always made the big play. He in his rookie year, I think
sound
he
like
had
me.
in his rookie year he had like 6 picks and 3 pick sixes. Okay,
I ain't had it, but
and his hero was Deion Sanders.
Oh yeah.
So Deion was the only guy that I was ever okay talking smack.
Okay.
Because Deion, like, they're not even going to throw your way. You're so good. But when Ray was doing this in the moment, I just remember thinking at media day before the Falcons and the Broncos Super Bowl, I thought to myself, Ray's about to become a terrible footnote in NFL history.
He was saying like, what was he saying? Give me like a clip.
Roll the tape.
Do you want the sound or the video?
Give me the sound.
All right, take the sound bites. Take 9.
You said some bad things about me? What do you say?
That's Shannon Sharp.
Oh, I know he ain't talking with the big teeth in his mouth.
Said he looks like Mr. Ed.
The only thing hiding that y'all can't see sometimes is when he's when he got the helmet on the field. When he got the helmet on the field, I'm telling you, you can't really see how bad that guy looks.
I've never called anybody ugly. Do I think people are ugly? Yeah, I think he's ugly, but I never said that. You just did. He started it.
Shannon think he's pretty. He think he's pretty in the face. He might have a body though. Everybody look at his body and be like, oh, Shannon. But I'm telling you what, man, if you got a grill like that, man, I'm telling you, total reconstruction.
I'm not going to get into a peeing contest with a skunk. You'll lose every time. But I will say this. On Sunday, he get an opportunity to back up what he's saying. Is he my friend? No. Did I ever view him as a friend? No. Did I ever view him as an acquaintance? No. Do I like him? No. If I see him in a snowstorm, his truck is broke down, mine is going perfectly. Would I pick him up? No. Other than that, I could care less about Ray Buchanan.
Broncos 34.
That's not even.
Falcons 19.
That's not even great trash talk.
No, you know what? I'm disappointed with that clip. There was way better stuff that we left out.
That is the only thing you could find.
That sucks
Ain't no
because
great trash
there was
talk.
way better stuff on from Ray Buchanan, who first of all wore a dog collar to media day. He was a la Eli Apple. He was trying to put the spotlight on himself.
Off the
There it
leash.
is. There it is.
There's no video of that, by the way.
In full disclosure, I worked with Ray for a number of years.
I would have never did nothing.
I'm very friendly with Ray Buchanan to this day. I like Ray Buchanan, but every conversation I've ever had with him about that, he's not saying these words, but here's what I always hear. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done it. Now, because he is who he is, he'll never come out and say, that was a mistake.
Listen, if Eli goes out here this Sunday and gets lit up by Kansas City, then okay.
Which, by the way, is a real possibility.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
But if Eli goes out there and makes a game-saving...
Then light up your cigar.
Okay. He did all of that last year already. That's what I'm saying. Like, he did all the way he's doing now, he did last year in the playoffs, the exact same thing. It didn't bite him until the Super Bowl. So why is it he's doing the exact same thing that he did last year? Why
think he
Did
learned
it
from
work
his
last year?
Yeah, you
He
think
got to the Super Bowl.
Did it work last year?
They went to the Super Bowl.
Did it work for Ray Buchanan? Because they got to the Super Bowl too.
Listen. So listen. Hold on.
Ultimately, the answer to that question is no. It
The
didn't work.
answer is no. But listen, it was.
So why do the same thing?
He did it. It was Cooper Kupp last year. Like,
This year, it could be any number of guys.
it's Cooper Kupp. Who was stopping Cooper Kupp last year? The Triple Crown winner.
Now, to his credit, Ray Buchanan was going directly at Shannon Sharp.
One guy.
Before the game.
Yes.
He's now talking and barking about a guy they already beat.
That's what I'm
Past,
saying.
yeah. But if I'm in the Bengals locker room, now I know how you would handle this, but if I'm in that Bengals locker room, either I would outwardly say, if I'm a team leader, I would outwardly come to him and say, look, let's save all of it. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to win this year.
Well,
so let's save the cigars and let's save. First of all, I just don't think it's classy to bite back on an opponent that you just beat. Win with class.
Wait a minute. See, that's
Cancun on 3?
Listen, that's the thing. It's in this league.
I know.
It's dog eat dog. They do
get
it. They do it to you.
Well, then don't lose.
Exactly. Now it's more motivation to not lose. I tell you what. I asked my boy Vaughn last year after after they lost Super Bowl. I let everything die. I talked to him about March. And I was like, well, we asked him, what did you think about Eli's stuff? And he said it was funny. Like, he just laughed at it. It's like, Eli just crazy.
There will be some guys that look at it though and say, that's just not how you operate as a pro.
You, me, and DeQuell come from a different generation.
I know we do. Well, I'm old.
We're the old guys now yelling at the clouds. Sorry, DeQuell. You're the old guy yelling at the clouds.
and he
I'm with you, though.
recognizes that.
I'm with you.
Don't you want to talk trash so when you go against somebody, you get their absolute best?
It's not my style.
I don't want to talk trash because I know I'm going to show my ass 10 minutes later, and I don't want to hear about it.
No, see, and that's the thing. You got to have that confidence in yourself. Like, if I talk trash to you and you talk trash to me, I know when I line up against you, you're going to go as hard as you can. So when I shut you down, you know that I'm just better than you, flat out. Now I'm really going to say something to you.
But why? But you don't even have to.
Why not?
Well, when Jason writes a better article than Varden or Fedor, that's what he does.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He
what
doesn't-
I do.
Jason's
Beat
never
my
gone
chest
off the
and
top
hold it
rope.
up.
Look, I get it.
This is sport.
We are looking. We are looking like the older
Y'all are.
men that
Yep.
we are,
Yep.
and I get that.
Yep.
And is this fun on some level?
It's hilarious.
It is fun on some level.
I look forward to the end of
However,
the games
I've
now.
been following this. I've been following sports in general for long enough to know that when you do stuff like this, the target, because everybody has a target, but the target on Eli Apple right now is getting bigger.
You want to see him fail, don't you?
I don't want to see him fail, but there will be guys on the Kansas City Chiefs that in the name of Steph Diggs and Josh Allen, there will be guys on the Chiefs that when they beat him for a touchdown, they're going to make sure they tell him about it.
That's why. Do they want to cook him because of that? But I don't think the Chiefs like the Bills, actually. Like they're.
No, but there's a brotherhood respect that goes on there.
I think it's just you want to make a play, and if you make a play, if you so happen to score on Eli, of course you're going to celebrate and make it because you scored on Eli. Plus, last year he talked down on Tyreek Hill.
Yes,
and
he
all
did.
of them last
Yes,
year.
he did.
So they probably remember that, and they're going to make an effort. So, which is funny because if they don't score on him or he makes a play,
You know how the Bengals after the game, this is going to be really interesting, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. The Bengals may well win. They might well
No,
win.
they are.
I believe they do have the
They
better
are.
team.
They're gonna win.
I think they have the better team. but this is the NFL, and games are played on grass, not paper. I do think that the Bengals were flexing on the Bills after the win because they felt like they got too big for their britches. We better get a refund. I mean, that was NFL protocol. That wasn't the Buffalo Bills
saying. Nobody said nothing to Joe. You better send those refunds.
No, but
like,
in general, the thread after that game was, yeah, Cincinnati showed them for putting that link up on the tickets. That was the NFL. That's how they operate.
But I'm saying, why is Eli so getting shredded through the media? Joe Burrow said they better send those refunds.
I don't co-sign Burrow either. I don't like.
But nobody's saying anything.
Yes, and by the way, not that it.
What's wrong with that, Jason?
Well, Burrow are the Bengals where they are because of Burrow or Apple?
Burrow.
Okay.
What difference does that got to do with
He's
it?
driving the bus.
Eli's making plays.
No, I said the other day, I think Burrow was aggravated that he was never. It's always Mahomes and Josh Allen and everybody else.
Yes.
That's always the conversation of AFC quarterbacks.
But now it's Patty, skip a couple of lines, Joe.
And everybody
Then
else.
everybody else.
Yeah. And I think that's what's got Burrow aggravated more than anything is he was never talked about in that Mahomes-Allen category. Really, it's Mahomes by himself. But it was always Mahomes, Allen, and then everybody else. And I think that
why
really
Eli
aggravated
can't
him.
have that same mindset.
Because it ain't Sherman and then Eli and everybody else.
Yeah.
That ain't the order.
Here's the thing. Here's what I've always
fall
said.
far from the truth with the Ohio State DBs.
Hilarious, man.
If you can back it up, that's why I was okay with Dion.
He is.
Let's see what happens moving forward. But I just don't like
I
cigars.
hope he get a pick six.
Listen, if he does,
I'm going to text Jay.
kudos to him.
I ain't coming in next week if he gets
If he gets a pick six, kudos to him.
Eli, you get a pick six. I'm coming on this show next week with an Eli Apple jersey.
And you should.
Right
Hey,
now.
Travis, this is the last thing moving to Cavs. If he gets a pick six, we are all wearing Eli Apple jerseys next week. We'll wear one from each team.
Let me ask you
the last
this:
4 years.
higher likelihood, Eli getting a pick six or Eli getting burned for a touchdown?
Pick six.
Burn for a
Go
touchdown.
Bucks.
I'm putting